Okay, now we're going to concentrate on the Amazon orders. Each Monday we get our orders sent to us through the Amazon portal, along with them sending us emails indicating that we do have emails sitting for both the United States and for Canada. We're going to open up the Amazon vendor app. And today we're just going to concentrate on our US orders. You want to first look over here in the top right to make sure we are on the US site. If not, you can switch accounts. You can toggle between the Amazing Cosmetics Concealer and the US orders or the Canada orders. The US is highlighted, so we're going to stay with that at this point. So what we're going to do is look over here under required actions. It's telling us right now to confirm 2 purchase orders. So I'm going to double click, or I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to look over here to the left, and I'm going to work on 1 purchase order at a time. And at this point, I'm just going to select the first one, and for reference in the future, later today, I'm going to write this purchase order number down so I can find it easily later at this point. So I did write down that purchase order. Now I'm going to open the selected purchase order. Now at this point, they're giving me all kinds of information. In the left column, it's given me all the purchase numbers, which is the same. We got our vendor account number. We got our location where it's all going to. It's all going to Hebron, Kentucky. And then the model number, which is all our SKU numbers, and then matching up with their associated numbers, and then back to our SKU numbers, which is the same as our model numbers. And then there is descriptions under the title, and then our availability. In the ship window, they're telling us the ship window is from today, which is October 28th, through the 31st. Most of the time, Amazon gives us 4 working days to ship an order. So I first want to go back and see and check that, number 1, all these model numbers or SKU numbers are in stock, and also if they're even available through our company. The first one on the list is an old item which has been obsolete from Amazon for a long time, but they continue to order it for us. So this is a large concealer, a light golden concealer. We haven't shipped to them for over a year, but they keep somehow or another getting it to us. So we're going to click on accepted in stock, hit the drop down, and go to permanently unavailable, discontinued, and obsolete. The next one down is also a medium beige large concealer, so we are going to do the same and go under the drop down menu under availability and go down to no, we're not going to ship it, it's permanently unavailable, and it's obsolete. The next SKU down is our small fair concealer, which we have in stock, then our powder set, then our dark beige concealer, and then so forth. We're going to continue down until we get to another obsolete SKU number, which is the medium golden large, which I'll continue to put on here, discontinued, obsolete. And then we'll go down and look at our medium perfection sticks and get down here to, now this is one item here, which is actually a little confusing because they're not looking for our light honey concealer. It's actually a misprint. They're actually looking for our golden ivory, but we are out of golden ivory just on a temporary basis. So under the drop down, I'm going to select no, we're not going to ship it. We're going to cancel that SKU because we're just out of stock, meaning they'll try and ship it again on future orders. as I go down looking at the rest of the SKUs, I'm seeing that they're all items that we have in stock. So of all these, they're all highlighted on whether or not we can ship them or not. So I'm going to confirm that I did look at all the items available that they sent us. I checked them all off with a master check off up on the top here, and I'm going to submit to them what we are available to ship. And it just gives you a quick recap. It asks you if you want to print the pack list, which at this point I normally do not do that. So I'm going to go back under orders, under purchase orders, or I'm sorry, under shipments. I'm going to now print a packing list. So after I get into shipments, I want to go under here and I want to create a shipment for that purchase order we just looked at. So under the ship date window, I'm going to bring up the latest purchase order. Sometimes it takes a minute or two for the system to bring it up. I can tell by the window, this is an earlier purchase order that I looked at, which is not the one that we just worked on. So I'm going to try and refresh it. Okay, so it did pop up now. It's right here under the 2ZI9NVGN. So I'm going to select that purchase order and I'm going to scroll to the bottom and I'm going to hit next. From there, it's going to already be populated from the shipped from address, which is our warehouse. Number of cartons is almost always a 1, unless it's a very huge order. And this is already populated. We will print the vendor central packing labels when the time comes. So at this point, I'm just going to enter the 1 in here and I'm going to hit next. And at this point, it highlights every SKU that they just ordered that we agreed that we're going to ship. Now we need to enter into each area the lot number and the expiration date of that SKU. This particular, this is a light golden smooth, which I use a cheat sheet here, which is on my desk at all times. It has all our current SKUs that Amazon purchases, and it has the lot codes or batch codes, and it has the expiration dates that they're looking for. So for some reason or another, they don't ask for an expiration date on our smooth, but I can go ahead and put in the light golden smooth is a YB19 is the lot number, and they ordered 3, which is fine. I'm just going to keep that as it is. The next one down is the caramel, which is over here under the model number. You can see the SKU number. It's going to give you a little description if you need it. And then for caramel, it's DD17. And next to that is the expiration date, which is going to be 12-4-2020. And then normally I just click out of that box to save that information. And we'll continue to go down and enter all these in here and get right back to you. Okay, when we have completed this, we will go down to the bottom left and click on next. Keep in mind, before doing this too, we'd like to check off all items just to make sure that Amazon knows that we did check all of them and we're going to ship all these that we have selected. Keep in mind too that some products that they require from us don't have batch codes or don't have expiration dates. Some product that we sell them, plus any brushes that we sell them, will not have a expiration. All you need to do is check off their Amazon container codes, which is going to be a box number, and they're all the same for all this particular box. So at this point, when everything is checked off and filled in, we're going to hit next. Now at this time, they're looking for a freight ready date. We always add 2 days on to today's date. Today's date is October 28th. So we're going to put in here that the freight is going to be ready on the 30th of this month. We do that for a couple of reasons. One, we want to stay in the ship window, and if there is any mistakes, we do have an extra day to fix it. Two, it's going to give personnel in our headquarters time to come up and print our own invoice for them. The freight class is already populated. It can stay the same. It's already populated the cartons that we requested. Pallets are always going to be 0, and shipping pallets is always going to be 0. Shipping volume, again, is like what 1 box. So go ahead and always just enter 1 for cubic feet, which is fine. And then the weight, if we haven't pulled the order, and if we haven't weighed it, you can just guess at this point. Amazon is just looking for whether it's under 20 pounds or whether it's going to be over 70 pounds and will require some type of large truck to come. Amazon almost always has us ship via UPS. So at this point, I'm just going to guess 5 pounds at this point. That number can be changed on Wednesday when we fill out the information. On the last part of this page is our shipping reference number. Again, what we normally put in here is the invoice number that Mary Beth will provide for us in a day or so. But at this point, we can leave it blank, and we will enter that in when it comes time to shipping the product on Wednesday. At this point, we're going to hit next. And if everything comes out good as far as what Amazon is looking for, this is the review and submit page. So pretty much everything is on here is everything we filled in, where it's going, where it's coming from, and then the information we just looked at. So at this point, we're going to go ahead and submit this. So we're submitting to Amazon what exactly we're going to ship to them and the expiration dates. Now, in the top left here, it's going to give us the advanced notice, and it's going to tell us that we've submitted the information successfully, which is where you want to be. So at this point, we're going to scroll down, and we're going to click on the purchase order highlighted right here. And that's going to open up for us a packing slip. So again, we want to select all the products we're going to ship. Now, as you can see here, there's a couple of SKUs here that we said we're not going to ship, but they're already zeroed out under the quantities accepted and quantities we're going to ship. So under the cost here, it's 0. So it won't print on the final packing slip. So we're going to scroll all the way down to View Packing Slip, and we're going to click on that. And it's going to give us a detailed packing slip. This is what they require us to ship with their order. So it's everything on here that we agreed we're going to ship to. So we're going to print this packing slip. We're going to make sure that the destination on the printer is set to ACP Nancy and pages. Now copies, we're going to have 2 copies. One is going to be for Amazon and one we're going to keep. And then we're going to go ahead and print that. Once it's printed, you can go ahead and get out of this, and we can close this. And for this particular purchase order, we're done for our Monday routine. We're going to go ahead and start over again on a second purchase order. All we got to do is go back up to orders, and we're going to hit purchase orders, and it's still telling us we need to confirm one more purchase order. So we have one sitting there. I'm not going to click on it right now, but if we wanted to move forward with the second and last United States purchase order, I would just click on here and go through all the steps that were started off in this previous video demonstration. At this point, our purchase order from Amazon has come off the printer, and I'm going to go ahead and fax one copy of this to Mary Beth so that she knows exactly what we're going to ship, and then she can build her invoice to reflect the Amazon purchase order and our availability for shipping the product. This ends the Monday version of the Amazon duties, SOPs to work with. The next video will be for how we conclude the Amazon purchase orders for Wednesday.